Thank you for tuning in today. Hey, this is an amazing show it's going to be. This is about bodies of water, the Charles River and lakes. There's so much history on both these waters that you couldn't even imagine the history behind the Charles River and what it did and what it does now, and also lake out there, what it did and what it does now. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to another show. This one is actually going to be a good one. We are up in New Hampshire right now, and we are at a lake. This lake has a really huge, deep history. You're not going to believe. People come up here on the weekends, the weekdays. They have boating. They swim. They do snorkeling, and there's a lot of bass fishing here. Well, I'm going to tell you, this isn't just a lake. This is a lake that has a lot of history, like I said originally. And I have my new friend, Linda. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jimmy.
This is unbelievable. It's kind of spring, winter, but I got my short sleeves. She told me about, are you going to wear your short sleeves today? I go, why not? Okay, so Linda, you have a really cool story about this lake, and it's unbelievable. Right now there's a little bit of ice, and it's down quite a bit, and I see clams all over the place, but they're creating and they're building, you were telling me earlier this morning, a new dam?
Well, they're not building a new dam, they're fixing the dam. This is a dammed river, which was formed in 1917 to power the mills in Lawrence for the Industrial Revolution.
So you're not just saying that this is just a lake where all these houses all got built all in the 60s and 70s. This was something that we used for power?
For power, the Industrial Revolution in 1917. And when they dammed the river, you form a lake. And then people found over on the other side, over that side of the lake, they started building cottages. And then in the 40s, this area got developed, and then they're still developing over there. They have fancy houses over there. So
this is quite interesting. So you were telling me where we're standing here is right around 20 or 30 feet when the lake is ready to go.
Well, more like not. There's one spot in the lake that's 20 feet deep.
So what's out here? This is all filled, right? You don't even see this. It's right up to the walls.
It's right up to the walls. Yeah.
So out here, where I walk, I won't go too out there. But how deep is this out here?
Well, I put my raft out there, and it's probably 6-7 feet deep, and then in the middle it might be 12.
Oh, okay, so I over-exaggerated. I said 60 feet. So you were telling me the background and the history behind this is in the early 1900s?
That's right. That's when we needed power in the United States. We had the Industrial Revolution. They had all the factories down in Lawrence, and they needed water power. They didn't have nuclear power and all the things we have now, but we're in a watershed here in New Hampshire, and they wanted to build dams to dam the river. And there are a lot of dams in southern New Hampshire, and that's what they did.
And it holds a bunch of body of water. So where was this water, and where did it start? It must have started somewhere. Some of it's rainwater, but where did this come from?
White Mountain.
Really?
Yes. And actually, the glacier, way back, the glacier, thousands of years ago, melted, and then these huge rocks came down with the water flow, and those are the big, huge rocks that you see in the landscape.
So you see some of those, and there's actually a lot of debris. There's pieces of wood. There's a lot of like roots and stuff. That's all brought down here. And you were telling me a cool story, which is so nostalgia, and you got to share. And we got a beautiful picture right now of you used to go over, and that's the beach over there. What did you used to do?
When I was a kid, I loved to row, and my grandmother taught me to row, and my mother and I would row over there to get some candy and milk and bread and whatever they have in a little store over there.
And you think you have it tough out there? Look at what Linda used to do. So a little bit more about this, because this is unbelievable.
well, it's a great new special place, and I've always loved it, and I have the opportunity to live here now, and I just love it.
And you are the secretary for,
Millville Lake Protective Association.
and tell us a little bit about that and how, if people want to donate. I know it's a private lake, and that's one thing. It's a private lake, it's a private beach, but people can donate if they want to.
It's not a private beach.
It's not a private beach.
No, it's the town of Salem.
Okay.
Beach. But right now they're, but we started an association to educate, and our mission is to improve and maintain the water quality of the lake. And so we do all kinds of things. We have a weed problem, because when you have runoff, that contributes to the nutrients in the lake, and then you get too many weeds and cyanobacteria and bad stuff too. And so we are testing the water on a monthly basis in the summer to make sure that all the chemicals and oxygen and dissolved oxygen is in good stead. So
Linda, as I walk over here, what exactly is this? Because this looks like, I'm going to be careful, the snow's just starting to melt away. So what is this? This boulder probably could have came a long time ago from that area and then just rolled down here. Now the dam is over there, right?
That's
And
right.
we're going to go over there and take a look at that, because that's in the middle of construction right now.
That's right.
But tell me what you were telling me this?
This is rocks, and it's a rock wall, which was before it was a lake. It was probably the marcation of somebody's property.
Oh, wow. And this is right around, what, 7 or 8 feet when the water's brought up,
right,
when the dam's
exactly.
closed?
Yes.
Wow.
And this is you see those striations in the rock.
Yeah.
That's probably came from the White Mountains. It just rolled down. It rolled down. When the glacier melted, those striations are from scratching the rocks.
No.
That's what it did.
Linda, you don't think that this could be part of the old man on the mountain that they
no.
were missing, do you?
No, I
All
wish
right.
it could. That's his chip. No.
So these I see all over the sandy area where people actually jump, go into their boat and stuff. And these, you were saying, are quite evasive, and they're kind of nasty looking there. Almost some, what are they, maybe like a Chinese?
I think they might be a Chinese mussel. I'm not quite sure, but we have a lot of them, and
they don't taste good.
No,
and if you
they're
see
not.
them, clean them up.
Clean them up,
and
take them out.
dispose them.
That's it.
Now they wouldn't be good as far as in the garden. I would say dispose of in your area, that it goes to the dump, and then hopefully they get rid of them, because they're really not good on the beach. And
no.
This is the time of year, as you see over there, people are cleaning the front of their sandy area because the water's so low. Actually, if there's no water at all. So I'm going to put this over here in a bucket, and we're going to take that away.
Okay.
So Linda, this is amazing. Not only do you know about the history of the lake, but you've actually won an award from the lake. I mean, this is amazing, and this is your garden. I mean, tell me, what exactly is this? This is unbelievable.
This is a rock garden that takes the water from the road and funnels it through a pipe and then into here, into this series of little pools. When it rains heavily, it used to go right into the lake, and that's not good to have the runoff water going into the lake directly, because it brings all the salt and all the stuff from the road and sediment and all. And so I had people from Lake Smart in Concord, New Hampshire come down and analyze my yard, and I said, what can I do to help quality of the water? And they said, well, you should vegetate it down by the shore, so it's the last thing that the water, when it comes down, it can soak it up.
So this is like your own filtration system.
Exactly.
Wow.
And this works. This
Oh yeah.
works. I have pictures of it.
This is so cool.
So. Yeah, not this. Yeah, that's it. But
So you were saying back in 1983 is the last time, this is really good, they actually
drained the lake.
drained the lake. And what was that for?
Well, it was repairing the dam again, and there was some houses being built over there, and all the shoreline was exposed, and some people used this soil to augment their gardens.
Oh, well, and this is what we have. This is really rich. You know, now, something about the dam. They've repaired it, then they repaired it. This is a complete, really complete makeover on the dam. And you were a big-time part of that, correct?
Well, the town, the state determined that this was a danger to downstream people. If this dam failed, it was built in 1917, like I said, it would destroy a lot of property down there. And so they determined that the dam was built on glacial till, which is a mixture of stuff coming down from the mountains when the glaciers melted.
Right.
And so now we have...
Well, look at this rock.
Right, well, that's still there.
Yeah.
Being eroded, but so they want to they want to put pylons down in through the dam, and it sits on bedrock rather than glacial till. It's like putting a pylon into sand rather than you want to have it in bedrock.
If you notice, that was a dog running by us, but that's okay. Even the dog is
Hi.
enjoying the beach here
Hi.
today. Do you like the beach as much as we are? Well, you know, that's really cool. Can we head over there? Because
Absolutely.
that seems like a really, really good project. And everybody was all in on doing this because that seemed like that was going to be a safety hazard.
The whole town, it was, and the state gave us $1 million, and the town put in money, and it is important.
And
it had to be on the ballot.
And how long have they actually been working on that project as far as getting it passed? And then now they're started it over there. And then when is there an end completion date?
Well, that's what we're all hoping for. The water's coming in, and we can't. It's still going out, and so we're hoping it's going to be finished by April.
Perfect time,
Yes.
just before summer. Well, can we go over and take a look at it?
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be really fascinating.
Sure, let's go.
And this is the front, and this is Millville Lake. And this is beautiful in the summertime. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. This was amazing. This lake here in New Hampshire is so much rich in history. If the lake could only talk. This is so amazing. In a few more months, it'll all be filled up. Like I said, they're going to close the dam. It'll all fill up. All the water and all the rivers for up in the White Mountains will flow all the way to this lake and fill it all up for all the swimmers, all the fisher people, and all the boaters out there. This lake here only allows non-motorized boats on the lake, and it's super clean. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a great show. Got a little cold out here, so I had to put a little bit of the fatigues on. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next show. Be good.